I will pick Peter Obi over Tinubu and Atiku, says Ezekwesili. Hey guys, this is to DJMTV Daily News Updates. Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili, our former Minister of Education, ahead of the 2023 general election, has rated Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi higher than other leading presidential candidates for the 2023 general election, saying that she will pick Peter Obi over Atiku and Tinubu. Ezekwesili's comment is coming heels after a recent massive rally held by Peter Obi's supporters in several parts of Nigeria to mobilize support for Mr. Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate. The rally was reportedly held in Lagos, Edo State, Delta State, Kaduna, and other states across Nigeria, including United Kingdom. In a video about to watch, she said, regardless of the fact that it comes from that particular political class that we are talking about, it still at least represents many more shapes than the other two presidential top candidates, Atiku Abubakar and Ahmed Bola Tinubu. She said, if somebody say to you between a cast of possible presidents that include the three frontrunners that we currently have in Nigeria, are possible presidents Tinubu, Atiku and Peter Obi, do you need anybody to tell you where you will be going? It will be, of course, Peter Obi, while also lamenting about the current political order to which she said the Labour Party flag bearer belongs to. Ezekwesili rated Peter Obi higher than other top candidates. Let's watch the video. We'll be right back.
The contrast in this particular case, as you can see clearly, it's evident, is on the one hand, we're on the cusp of something that's as clearly different from what we've seen before, an activation of citizens' participation in our electoral process. So our democracy is getting the benefit of active citizenship. That's a great one. And then on the other hand, this feeling that perhaps also in some way drives this activation, this sense that of our 62 years haven't quite produced the extent of important developmental outcomes that contemporaries of Nigeria have managed to produce in very far-flung places around the world, especially even in countries that have similar history as ourselves. So you've got this sense of disappointment that we haven't done as well as we could have done, and yet lying side by side it now, in this moment that we celebrate our 62nd anniversary of the independence, a sense that there is some awakening that's going on. And so, hope, feel it not, and it doesn't make you ashamed. I think everybody that you've interviewed on your show, no matter how many technical reasons they provide, at the summation, they end up saying leadership is our problem. I mean, it's unbelievable. For decades after decades, we would analyze the pitiful condition of our country, and you would see people come to conclusion, whether they are discussing health sector, or they are discussing education, or they are discussing infrastructure, or they are discussing basic governance. People end up, after all the technical things have been said, they then end up and say, leadership is our greatest problem. You know, why is that so? It is so because leadership, frankly, is that organic process that brings all the potentials you possibly have, and the possibilities that you have, that coherence that is needed in order to champion a cause toward a clear destination. If you don't have it, you are going to be in the kind of situation we have. So you have all the factors that could lead to growth. Yet there is no coherent direction of the energies that are possible. And so what you end up with would be pitiful outcomes. So I often say to people that, you know, the importance of this concept of leadership is established through empirical analysis that shows more and more that the absence of good governance is the biggest barrier that you can have to development. It's the biggest barrier you can have to growth. The absence of good governance, it really is not just the absence of systems and procedures and structures and institutions. It is most importantly the absence of that human capability to lead, to direct, to organize, to mobilize, to inspire, and to make people aspire towards something better than their current state. Of those outside of the privilege that we have had will not come. It will not come to pass. So we needed good governance even at the time that I was in government. And so in fact, in the economic team, I was the subcommittee or subtask team leader of the administration's good governance, accountability, transparency, economic governance aspect. So the reason that I say this is that I stayed consistent with that by demanding good governance. It's been the fact that we have actually lacked the kind of leadership that in one person and persons, in other words, our leadership class, our political class, we've not seen an amalgam of people with the requisite skills of leadership. Skills of leadership are not, they're not just ad hoc. They are not things that happen by virtue of somebody thinking I could be a leader. So those attributes of competence, of character, of capacity, there is a deliberateness. You might find maybe up to 3 people who you could say there are certain parts of the boxes that they take. But this is what we're served, right? We're served badly as a country in terms of our political class, which is part of why I'm excited that young people are entering into that space, that women are entering into that space. It gives me enormous joy. But, somebody says to you, between a cast of possible presidents that include the 3 forerunners that we currently have, a possible President Tinubu, a possible President Atiku, a possible President Obi. Do you need anybody to tell you where you would be going? I mean, for goodness sake, it would be an Obi. Because regardless of the fact that he comes from that particular political class that we still are talking about, he still at least represents many shades better than the other 2 top candidates. So I believe that the momentum that we're driving through in the country at this time is a momentum that's sort of saying, let's really evaluate who will be our leader.
Welcome back, guys. This is the DJMTV Daily News Update. So here we have it. We've heard from the former Minister of Education, Obi Ezekwesili, who has said that among the 3 front runner she mentioned as Tinubu, Atiku, and Peter Obi, it will be an Obi for the presidency. She said Tinubu is a possible president, Atiku is a possible president, Peter Obi is a possible president, but for her, it will be an Obi for the presidency in 2023. A lot of persons have said that she said so because Obi is an Igbo as she is. But she's saying that it is not because of the tribe, it's not because of the religion, but because Obi has what it takes to lead Nigeria to the greater point where Nigeria should be, and Obi has the leadership skills and capacity to take Nigeria forward. So guys, what are your thoughts and comments? Do you think that Mrs. Obi is right about what she has just said? Remember, she has been at the end of affairs in the past administration where she did marvelously well, and of recent, Soludo also called her to be one of the members of the transition committee. Do you think she is right? Do you agree with her school of thoughts? Will it be a Peter Obi instead of a Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC, or an Atiku of the People's Democratic Party? Share your thoughts and comment with us in the comment section below.